this is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed human.
The springtime thaw is finally here. Flowers are blooming. Days are longer. We're saying yes to more plans and finally getting outside, running, walking, just moving again. It's the perfect time to upgrade your everyday go-tos with Bombas. Take Bombas sport socks. They're super comfortable and designed with sport-specific tech for running, cycling, yoga, hiking, you name it. I use them to run in, and I can tell you they work beautifully. So head over to bombas.com and use code SYSK for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com, code SYSK at checkout. With no fees or minimums on checking accounts, it's no wonder the Capital One Bank guy is so passionate about banking with Capital One. If he were here, he wouldn't just tell you about no fees or minimums. He'd also tell you about how Capital One cafes are open 7 days a week to assist with your banking needs. Yep, even on weekends. It's pretty much all he talks about, in a good way. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bankguy. Capital One N.A., member FDIC.
Welcome to Stuff You Should Know from HowStuffWorks.com.
Hey, and welcome to the podcast. I'm Josh Clark. There's Charles W. Chuck Bryant, and Jerry's over there. And we got this guy.
I am El Nino. All other tropical storms must bow before El Nino. Yo soy El Nino. For those of you who don't habla español, El Nino is Spanish for the Nino.
That was the late, great Chris Farley.
Oh, yeah.
On Saturday Night Live. Back in the winter, early spring of 97, 98, when all anyone could talk about was El Nino.
Yeah, I thought you were going to select to play Wave of Mutilation by the Pixies.
Is that about El Nino?
It's in the lyric. I've kissed mermaids, rode the El Nino.
Oh, yeah.
Walked the sands with the crustaceans.
I never realized that's what he was saying.
Yeah, but riding the El Nino is sort of, as you'll see, it's not a wave.
It's wrong, Black Francis.
You know?
You were wrong.
Charles. Can we call him Charles?
No, it's
right.
Frank. But in the Pixies, he was Black Francis.
Yeah, he's back to black.
Yeah, Frank Black. Frank Black.
Man, I saw him in, you and I are both lifelong Pixies fans, obviously, but I saw him do a solo show, may have been with the Catholics even, in a tiny little bar in L.A. when I lived there.
Wow.
And I couldn't figure it out. It sat like 75 people. I was like, why are you playing here? And why aren't there 1,000 other people trying to get in here illegally?
Yeah.
And he's 8 feet in front of me.
Well, the Catholics were okay, but...
Oh man, those albums are great.
Not door-busting great.
Oh, I think the Catholics albums are really good.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
I like fan. Just plain
Plus
old,
he did Pixies numbers.
Well, okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Anyway. Great show at the Mint in L.A.
Rode the El Nino.
Yeah.
I know exactly the line you're talking about, but I never realized.
Rode the El Nino.
Right, yeah.
He pronounces things oddly. Maybe he thought
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think that it was like Nino or something like that.
Or maybe he didn't mean the weather phenomenon. Maybe he meant he got on the back of a small boy and rode around like a horse.
Or the Christ child.
Maybe.
Because if you live in Spain or Spanish-speaking country and you turn on, say, the Weather Channel, they will say things like, well, the Christ child is going to be way worse than the last time the Christ child came around. That's what they say. Because El Nino, we should say, when it's capitalized, means the Christ child.
That's right.
If it's lowercase, it just means the boy in Spanish. But uppercase, the baby Jesus.
Yeah, and I never knew this until we researched this. In Peru, the Spanish colonizers coined that term when they discovered this phenomenon themselves around Christmas.
Yeah.
So how about that?
Yeah, it was pretty cool, I guess.
And we should mention, historically, this is nothing new.
What, El Nino?
No, they written records date back to 1525. And
Spaniards again,
of course. And there's geological evidence that dates it back, possibly, if you like Harvard science.
Go Harvard.
As much as 124,000 years, because some scientists there, or one in particular, examined annual deposits on Indonesian coral.
Yeah.
And said, hey, I think this coral looks like it was affected by El Nino.
Right.
124,000 years ago.
I also saw they found evidence that a very early Peruvian culture collapsed because of the climate change brought about by El Nino.
Oh, interesting.
Based on some, like, the disappearance of some certain mollusk varieties.
Huh.
Yeah, pretty cool stuff.
So nothing new.
We should probably tell people, if you don't know what El Nino is, what El Nino is. Do you want to?
Sure. I do like I do with lots of things I don't understand. I go to kids' science websites.
Yeah, I found one that said, I was like, I was reading this article 3 times and I got to the bottom and it said 5th grade Earth Science module. I was like, man.
It really helps. And that's just a tip from us to you. If you're a dumb adult, then go look to kids' websites.
5th grade is about right there.
All right, so here's the deal. World global temperatures depend a lot on the ocean.
Motion in the ocean.
Weather period depends a lot on the temperature of the oceans.
Right.
So if you have a warm ocean, you're going to have more rain in that area.
Right.
And in the Pacific Ocean near the equator, or the equatorial region.
Where it's warm.
You're going to have the sun baking that water on the surface, making it warmer.
Right. And then
more rain.
That water heats up the air right above it. That air rises, taking some of the moisture with it, and it rises up, meets cooler, drier air in the atmosphere. That water vapor condenses and turns into rain. There's your tropical thunderstorm.
Boom. So that's part one.
Right. And then in the Pacific specifically, there is a patch of warm water that usually gets blown from the eastern Pacific to the western Pacific, usually like clockwork. And when that happens, everything's normal.
Yes, these are trade winds and they blow usually pretty consistently, but not always. Sometimes they don't blow as heavy, and sometimes they change direction.
Yeah, so if the trade wind isn't blowing this warm water, the rotation of the Earth on its axis actually pushes the warm water toward the east rather than toward the west.
That's correct.
And when everything's normal and the trade winds blow this warm water to the west, in the wintertime, the rainy season comes to places like East Asia, right?
Yeah.
And then western Peru, the eastern Pacific, it's kind of confusing, so just refer to a map as we're talking.
Yeah, that would help, actually.
Is normally dry and cool, right?
Yeah.
But if the trade winds aren't there, like you say, to push that warm water along, that warm water stays right where it is off the coast of Peru in the eastern Pacific, and all the weather in the world starts to change. This is what's called El Nino.
That's right. And El Nino isn't, it's not something that just affects that one, region out in the middle of nowhere in the ocean.
Right.
It affects climate, well, not climate, but weather all over the world. In the U.S., what you usually see, and we'll talk more about this current El Nino that we're in, because we're in one.
Yeah.
2015, 2016, winter. But typically in the U.S., it's going to mean cooler and wetter weather in the southern part of the United States. Warmer weather in the upper Midwest and Pacific Northwest and Alaska. Mm-hmm. Fewer hurricanes, more typhoons.
Right.
Globally.
Fewer Atlantic hurricanes, more Pacific typhoons, I think. Aren't they one and the same, like a hurricane and a typhoon? It's just depending on where in the world they are?
I don't know.
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Depends on what you call it, I guess.
We're going to find out.
All right.
I'm sure.
Around the world, in Southeast Asia, where it's, warm and dry in places like Australia, it's going to be, well, warm and dry.
Right.
Like, it can be dangerously dry.
Yes.
Drought conditions.
Right. It'll get drier than normal because the rainy season isn't being brought over there by the trade winds that year.
Exactly. Southern Africa, warm and dry. Central Africa, wetter. And then South America is sort of all over the place, depending on where you are. From dry in the northeast to wet in the west and south.
Right.
So those are what El Nino will mean
when it happens.
Usually.
The thing is this happens every 2 to 7 years supposedly. And it's actually only in fairly recent times, since the early 80s, that science has really sat up and paid attention to this, and it was because they got caught off guard by one. But throughout the study over the last 30 something years, we still don't have any idea what causes the trade winds to stop basically some years.
Yeah.
That produces El Nino. And that's a huge mystery, and one that really, if we could solve that, if we could figure it out, then we could probably predict El Nino even further out, which is, as we'll see, would save lives.
Absolutely. Well, why don't we take a quick break here, and we'll come back and talk a little bit more about the process.
Stuff You Should Know is brought to you by the Spam brand. Here's some sizzling hot knowledge for you. Did you know there's a blue can found around the world that's so beloved there are entire festivals dedicated to it?
Are you talking about beer?
No, it's Spam Classic, Chuck.
That's right, and it's also delicious. That cultural icon went from the meat that won the war in the 1930s to having a museum dedicated to it. Today there are 12 mouth-watering varieties like teriyaki, tocino, and Korean barbecue flavored, just to name a few. And, of course, Spam Classic, all waiting for you to fry up into your favorite Spam dish.
There's simple crowd-pleasing dishes like Spam Classic and eggs, or flavorful cultural favorites like Spam Musubi, a perfectly fried Spam slice on a bed of rice wrapped in nori. It's a sweet yet savory Hawaiian favorite.
So, while we serve up cans full of wisdom, you need to sizzle up some Spam Classic and bring that crispy on the outside, tender and juicy on the inside goodness to your next dish. Spam brand, sizzle, pork, and mmm. Learn more and get sizzling at spam.com.
Hey, it's us, the Jonas Brothers, and guess what? We have some big news.
What's the news, Nick?
Huge news. We created our own podcast called Hey Jonas.
We invented a podcast?
Well, we didn't invent it. We just
We're
contributed
the
to
first people to do podcasts.
pretty wide range of
We're
podcasts
starting
that
a
are out there.
trend.
But this one's extra special.
So how did we actually come up with the name Hey Jonas, guys? I honestly don't remember.
I think it was on a call about what we should call it, and
Well, we were thinking originally calling it one of the early names of our band before Jonas Brothers.
This is how you guys remember it going down?
Yes.
I have a very different memory of this. We were talking about a bit for the podcast where people could call in and say, Hey Jonas. And then I wrote down on my little notepad, Hey Jonas, and offered it up as a potential title for the podcast. But thanks for remembering that, guys.
Listen to Hey Jonas on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. Just listen. We don't care where you hear it.
All right, so you said every 2 to 7 years,
Yes, I did.
El Nino comes on stage and takes a bow. Says, "We are the Pixies."
Seriously, if you haven't seen that Chris Farley bit, just go watch it. It's hilarious.
That
He's
guy was great.
got like Carmen Miranda armbands on and his shirt, and it's great.
He liked to take his shirt off, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He got laughs. So Chuck, we were talking about how El Nino affects the weather not just around like eastern Peru or making it drier in Southeast Asia or Australia.
Yeah.
And the reason that it affects weather around the world is because of the jet streams. There's a bunch of them, and basically the jet streams are where the stratosphere and the troposphere meet. And it's just to put really even like less than fifth grade science-y.
Second grade science?
They're like rivers of fast-moving air in already moving air. It's a jet stream, basically, up in the atmosphere.
Yeah.
And they're basically like conveyor belts around the world.
Yeah, they move from west to east.
Right, and they push things like warm air and cold air and high pressure and low pressure and fronts and all over the world. And when these things encounter other fronts that are already there, they form weather, right?
Yeah.
And it's weird to think of weather as the lack of something, but having, say, cool, dry weather, that's still
weather.
That's still weather.
Sure.
Usually you think of weather as an event, like a thunderstorm or tornado or something like that. But weather can also be unusually dry or unusually cool weather too.
Yeah, weather is just however it is right now is weather.
It's very it's very mellow.
And the jet stream, because of its massive power, can affect like thousands of miles away.
Right.
Things that you wouldn't think might be affected or affected.
Yeah, and so depending on where you are in a jet streams are characterized by troughs and ridges, right?
Yeah.
And if you're underneath a ridge, things usually tend to stay warm and dry. And if you're under a trough, it's usually cold and wet.
Yeah.
So, like you said, in an El Nino, the southeastern United States usually is sitting right underneath a trough in the jet stream, which means it's colder and wetter than usual.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, that's why. Because of the jet stream. People blame it on the El Nino, and the El Nino started the whole thing. Like this weather wouldn't be happening, but the reason the El Nino is distributed throughout the world is because of the jet stream. So it's this very extraordinarily complex system working in concert with one another
to wreak havoc.
Yes,
for the most part.
Right.
El Nino, we said every 2 to 7 years is when we get one, and climatologists and weather people and meteorologists. Mm-hmm. What else can I call them?
Weather bugs.
Weather bugs. They look at patterns, and you can't just say anytime like, oh, things are heating up a little bit, it's El Nino. There are specific conditions.
Right.
They look in particular at
you can say that, but you'll get shouted down.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Meteorologist.
Yeah, they love shouting.
They look at ocean temperatures mainly in the Pacific, and when they find a 0.9 degree Fahrenheit or 0.5 degrees Celsius rise in the water, and then the conditions start to sort of act like we were talking about before with the wind.
Right.
They say, all right, let's take a look at this and start charting it, everybody. Mm-hmm. And everyone gets real excited in the office. And what they need is 5 overlapping 3-month periods for that to be officially classified as El Nino.
Right.
Otherwise, it's just, like you said, weather.
But it all starts with the sea surface temperature, is what they call it, staying warmer, being warmer than usual.
Yeah, and right now we are officially in the strongest El Nino on record.
Yes.
At a 3.1 degree rise Fahrenheit at its peak.
Wow, and El Nino conditions start at 0.9 degrees?
Yeah.
And we're at 3.1?
Yeah, and one of the other, we'll talk about some of the other big ones, but the one in 97, I believe, that Chris Farley referenced, was that peaked at 2.8. So this is officially the strongest, although it's not really having the same result as what you would imagine as the strongest.
Right. So you would guess, and you would probably be, you wouldn't be shouted at in the meteorological conference if you guessed this, but warmer weather, warmer sea surface temperatures should lead to worse weather conditions.
Yeah.
Drier
More
in
extreme.
Indonesia, wetter in the southeastern United States. And that's just not happening this time.
Well, it is, but not to the degree that they thought it would.
Right, but not even to the degree where, this is just slightly worse than it was in 97. It's actually not nearly as bad as it was in 97, even though the sea surface temperature is higher.
Yeah, and they can't explain that either.
No, they can't, and they're blaming it on climate change. They're saying climate change is definitely doing something.
Yeah.
What exactly? We don't know.
Right.
And again, the whole thing dates back to the whole study of it dates back to 1982-83 season, right?
Yeah, that was when meteorology was in its infancy.
Right.
Well, not exactly, but sort of. Because they had an El Nino year then, and they thought, hey, I think what's going on is this volcano in Mexico, El Chichon, erupted, and that's wreaking havoc everywhere.
That's got to be what it is.
Yeah, they later were like, oh, wait a minute, things are normal now. It wasn't the volcano. It's what could it be?
And the reason that it really got their attention is by the time the El Nino conditions ended, there was like $80 billion worth of damage worldwide, property damage, I think.
Yeah.
And something like 2,000 people had lost their lives. So it really made these meteorologists sit up and take notice. And so agencies like NOAA started to drop buoys in the Pacific Ocean.
Sure.
They started using weather balloons to study air temperatures in the area, and really started tracking the whole thing to see what was going on and to notice any changes. And that's when like El Nino study really started in earnest.
And there's also, we should mention La Nina, which is what's known as a sister to El Nino, appropriately titled. And that is when the trade winds actually pick back up and are stronger than normal.
Right. And the fact that it's capitalized suggests that it's the girl Christ child. Right?
Oh, yeah?
I guess.
Maybe.
El Nino, La Nina, both capitalized?
I don't know.
A little odd.
And each of these phenomenon are about 9 to 12 months long, develop in the spring, they peak in the autumn or winter, and then weaken in the following spring and early summer.
Right.
So, like right now, when this El Nino, when they finally were like, all right, we're getting another El Nino, everyone in Southern California was jumping up and down because they're in the midst of a long drought, and they thought we're going to get tons of rain,
right,
like we did in '97,
yeah,
and it's going to really help fill the coffers. And it just hasn't panned out that way. They got a lot of rain in January, but nothing compared to '97.
Right. California really angered God when they elected Schwarzenegger.
Was that what it was?
Yeah.
You would pay.
And Chuck, I think you said La Nina doesn't always follow El Nino.
I don't think so.
Oh, well, it doesn't always follow El Nino. It's not guaranteed that when you have El Nino, you're going to have La Nina.
Right.
But La Nina is basically the opposite. The trade winds not only blow the way they're supposed to, they blow even more than ever before.
Yeah.
And it's really crazy dry where it's supposed to be, and it's really crazy wet where it's supposed to be wet. And then there's a period in between, a neutral period, where nothing's freaky.
That's called regular weather.
Right. And if you put all this together, El Nino, the neutral period, and La Nina, you have what's called the El Nino Southern Oscillation, or ENSO, which if you are a weather bug or a meteorologist, this is probably how you refer to El Nino.
As the El Nino Southern Oscillation?
Yes.
Very nice.
So, ENSO. You want to take a break?
Yeah, let's take a break.
Okay.
All right, so we talked about some of the effects on local weather in different parts of the world for El Nino, but that is not the only issue. We talked about it wreaking havoc. It's not just, oh, it's raining a lot and it shouldn't be, or, oh, it's super dry.
Right.
Like devastating effects, billions of dollars in lives lost globally.
Right.
All over the place. So 1997-98, the Chris Farley one, let's just call it the Farley El Nino.
Farley Nino.
By the time that was over, I think you said earlier, $33 billion in damage.
Oh, I thought it was like 80 billion. I'm sorry. I exaggerated.
Maybe it would be 80 billion today.
No, I was talking about the early 80s when I said 80 billion. I see now it's 8 billion.
Oh,
I was just
8 billion.
flat out wrong. So please go ahead.
That's still a lot of money. So 33 billion in damage for the 98 one, $500 million in California alone. And, it's a big deal. If you're an island in the Pacific, you rely on that rain.
Sure.
For life.
For fresh water?
Yeah.
Wash your hair?
Sure.
All that jazz.
So food crops, they're going to suffer.
Well, yeah, I mean, drought is really bad for it, but also so is too much rain too can actually ruin crops. It also has a tremendous effect on, like property as well.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you live on the side of a hill in Los Angeles,
right,
you might slide off of that hill and into the ocean below.
Yeah. Where was that one? There's a place I think in the 80s. Oh yeah. In Peru. There is a place in Peru that normally gets about 6 inches of rain.
Oh yeah. That one?
Yeah. And for the 1982-83 El Nino, it got 11 feet.
Yeah. You can't normally get how many inches?
6.
6 inches and go to 11 feet and not have like serious damage done.
Right. And for those of you not in the U.S. or Liberia who weren't just like, wow, normally this place in Peru gets 15 centimeters of rain and they got 3 meters of rain that year.
Wow.
Now everybody's duly impressed.
Fisheries are also affected. This is one that I did not know. Anchovies, love that cold water off the coast of Peru, but when that cold water is not there, they say, I'm swimming to where it's cold.
Right.
And so fisheries, either scramble to make up for that in other ways, or if they get warning, like they, get now, they say, hey, why don't we fish for something that likes cold water instead?
Like shrimp.
Like little baby krill and shrimp.
Shrimp. Because you can do a lot of different stuff with shrimp. I don't know if you know this.
Oh boy.
Would you like me to list them off?
No, Bubba Gump. Please. Don't. It also affects just the health of individuals. Disease-carrying rodents and insects are, gonna be more prolific in the wet weather. Malaria, is gonna increase when it's unusually wet and warm.
Right. And when it is unusually wet and warm, things like diseases tend to spread a lot more easily.
Sure.
Mosquitoes breed very easily.
Yeah, which would account for the malaria.
Right. Threefold. Right? Did you say threefold increase in 1997?
I did not.
In Peru, there was a threefold increase in malaria in 1997 because there were just that many more mosquitoes biting people.
Yeah, and that's wet conditions. In 1997, Indonesia had 24 million acres, or 7.7 million hectares. You like that?
Sure.
Of unchecked forest fires.
Yeah.
That's devastating to the region.
Well, yeah, and it was because, again, they're expecting a rainy season, and instead they got a drought. And Indonesia in particular it got screwed over by nature, okay? I'm just going to come out and say it.
Absolutely.
Because they had the warm conditions from Southeast Asia pushing into there.
Yeah.
That area. And then, well, they're in Southeast Asia, but the majority of Southeast Asia got warmer than usual conditions. And then Australia had drier than usual conditions, and these two conditions pushed together and overlapped and made a Venn diagram, and the center of the Venn diagram fell directly over Indonesia.
Yeah.
So Indonesia was like, we didn't elect Schwarzenegger, what's going on? And it burned, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, 24 million acres. It's unbelievable. California, Southern California, it's not over for you yet. They said that there could still be some rough storms into March, but you're not going to solve your drought problem even if it was a strong El Nino. You know?
Right.
Or if the strong El Nino led to like massive amounts of rain.
Well, supposedly also when you get a lot of rain too, it's really dangerous because if you've been through a drought,
too much at once?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because tree roots during a drought come back up toward the surface because they're trying to get all the water they can. So these trees have shallow roots.
Yeah.
So an influx or deluge of water just goes right underneath the trees and they fall over.
Yeah, that happened in Atlanta a few years ago.
I remember.
And I may have even told the story of the guy who got killed in front of my house.
Oh, yeah,
Remember
you
that?
did. I forgot about that.
I mean, 30 feet in front of my house, a tree fell on a guy's truck sitting at a
what
stoplight.
a freak death.
I know, and I think about that every time we have like massive amounts of rain for days and days at a time.
Yeah.
And I start to see trees down. When I'm driving, I start to look around, and pay attention. Not that there's much you can do.
No.
I mean, maybe if you saw a tree falling, you could jet out of there, but you got to go the right way.
It's true. Yeah.
A tree is a large swath.
Yeah. There was an actress in Chicago. I can't remember. She was on TV. I don't remember what show, but she was riding her bike and a tree fell over and killed her. Tree falling over and killing you randomly is your number is up. There's how can you think of the universe as being that random? It almost is like,
I know.
Like fate showing its hand. Like, yes.
Yeah. You're sitting at a stoplight and a tree falls on your car and kills you, then that's definitely.
Or physically moving past a tree on a bike and it falls over. The timing is that perfect that it kills you.
There was some movie where, one of those disaster movies where these large towers were falling and, people were trying to outrun it by going like north or the same direction.
Right, yeah.
I can't remember what it was, but I just remember thinking like, just go left or right.
Yeah. It's the same thing as like, don't go into the house.
I know.
No reason for you to go into the house.
They're movie tropes. I get it.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else, sir?
Yeah. So we talked a little bit about climate change, affecting El Nino and like the general consensus is that yes, it is going to affect El Nino. It's already affecting El Nino, and unsettlingly, it's affecting El Nino in ways that are wildly unpredictable to the current models we have, right? And there's this blogger on climate.gov named Tim DiLiberto.
Yeah.
I'm probably overpronouncing his name a little bit. Mm-hmm. But he likens the ENSO to the light in like a dining room that's controlled by a dimmer switch, right?
Yeah.
And actually, because it's kind of complex, there's a bunch of different dimmer switches, but all of them control this one light that is ENSO.
Okay.
And he says climate change is like this bratty kid that comes in the room and just starts messing with all the dimmer switches.
Yeah.
And it's going to affect the lights, but in all sorts of different ways.
Right.
That are really tough to predict. And he's basically saying like, we were caught with our guard down in 1982, and we did a lot to make up for that. And now it's so great that we can tell farmers in Peru, go plant in dry areas. And You're going to have a great crop this year.
Yeah, or go fish for shrimp.
Right, which is basically magic.
Yeah.
This is what their shaman used to do a couple thousand years ago.
Right.
We're now doing, right? Which is pretty cool if you ask me.
Agreed.
But now we're caught with our guard down again, apparently. And we're going to have to figure it out.
Right.
And by we, I mean they. And they better hurry up.
Yeah, and the prevailing thought that just things beyond unpredictable are just going to be more severe.
Yeah, but it's actually, that doesn't make any sense because it's less severe this year, even though the sea surface temperature is warmer.
Yeah.
So it says to me, they don't know.
My whole takeaway from that story is that's my kind of dining room. Because I love dimmer switches.
I love dimmer switches too, man. If something will stand still long enough, I'll put a dimmer switch on it.
Yeah, I've got them all over my house.
Yeah.
Because why not have a dimmer switch?
I don't know.
Why just have a dumb switch? It's like, I can only be this bright.
On or off, take your pick, Slim.
Yeah, I mean, this is 2016, for God's sake.
Yeah. So we have an Amazon Echo. And
I don't know what that is.
It's like the thing you talk to. It's the robot that eavesdrops on you while you're in your house.
Sounds neat.
And it can't control lighting yet, but it's like right there. And I can't wait. I can be like, turn the living room lights to 30%.
What's the purpose of this thing? I've never heard of it.
At its core, it's a wireless Bluetooth speaker that responds to voice commands.
Oh,
so
I saw a commercial for that.
Yes, that.
So you have a house robot, as John Hodgman says.
Yes.
That is going to become sentient and kill you and your wife in your sleep.
Probably, but not for a few decades.
Okay, good.
And in the meantime, she's just eavesdropping on us and feeding everything we say to the NSA.
Wow. You know, I did see a thing the other day where I can't remember which brand of TV, but one of them came out and said, hey, you know that new smart TV, it's actually always listening to you, so watch what you say.
Yeah, no, everything that has the capability, well, your phone. Like, if you look at apps and you're looking at the permission that you give apps on your phone, go check it out. It'll say, yeah, we have access to your microphone. We have access to your video. And you're granting them access, which means they can go in anytime.
Yeah.
Or all the time. And eavesdrop on what you're saying, or watch you through your camera while you don't think that it's on.
I tape over my laptop camera at least.
Yes, that's smart, but your phone is very. Have you seen Citizen 4?
Not yet.
Oh, Chuck,
it's been sitting there on my TV.
You need to see that. It's very enlightening, for sure. They talk about that because apparently when Snowden came in the room, he took everybody's phone, took the batteries out, and then put them in the mini fridge in the room. It was like, now we can talk.
Wow.
Yeah.
And he didn't realize he was talking to human cyborgs that were recording everything with eye cameras.
No, well, actually, they had a camera in the room, which is the ironic thing. And he was talking. He knew he was being filmed. He just, I guess, wanted to control the flow of information.
Well, if anyone out there wants to hack into my laptop, I will untape it for you, and you will be subscribing to the most boring TV show in the world.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you'll take him on a wild ride.
No, it's, Chuck sweeps the floor. Chuck cleans out cat poop and forgets to put in a cat litter.
What did I think it was on Internet Roundup. We also talked about there's like a Russian website with nothing but links to like baby cameras and security cameras around the world.
That's
with people who have poorly protected cameras.
Well, yeah, because I think the thing with the baby cams is they give you a password out of the box, but you're supposed to change that.
Right.
And if you don't, then it's easily hackable.
Yeah.
And they're hackable anyway. Dude, I read stories where like a lady went into her kid's bedroom with the camera and heard someone talking back to the kid.
In Russian.
Yeah. It's
like yelling at the kid.
It's every parent's worst nightmare.
Yeah.
And that's one reason I don't have a video baby monitor.
Yeah. And that usually Russians yell at babies through baby monitors worse than usual during El Nino seasons.
That's right, bringing it full circle.
If you want to know more about El Nino, type that word into the search bar at howstuffworks.com. And since I said Christ child, it's time for listener mail.
I'm going to call... Well, first we got a couple of quick corrections.
Oh, yeah.
Milk.
Does a body good.
It does. skim milk does not have high fructose corn syrup.
Yeah, I just got that one wrong.
Yeah, it was off the cuff comment.
But I have thought that for a long time, and I'm trying to think of where I heard it, and I don't remember. I do not remember. It was either like Food Inc. or Fed Up or some documentary about food, or I just confabulated it.
Maybe.
Sorry for that one.
It happens. There is some additive, though. I stand by that. I can't remember what it is, but it's not HFC.
PCP.
And AJ Hackett, boy, are we sorry, New Zealand.
Yeah, sorry, guys.
The inventor, or one of the forebearers of the bungee jump, was definitely not Australian.
No.
He was a Kiwi.
And I've been both places, so I know the difference.
Well, and you're the one who said it, so you sir,
I apologize,
better.
New Zealand.
And to make it up, New Zealand, we're going to come do a show there one day, and it's going to be free. Actually, that's not true.
No.
Because we have to actually pay for the trip.
Yes.
But I'd love to do a show there.
Let's do it.
If we go to Australia, we got to go to New Zealand.
Oh, man. They'd kill us if we didn't.
Plus, I just want to.
Yeah. New Zealand's beautiful.
That's what I've heard. All right, so on to listener mail. This is just kind of a neat thing. That's what I'm calling it. Neat thing.
Okay.
Hey, guys. 1 year ago today, I proposed to my now wife, so I guess she said yes, using a custom New York Times crossword puzzle.
Oh, yeah.
This sounds like something you'd do.
Yeah.
And was entitled, it was entitled Stuff You Should Know. I worked on the puzzle with a New York Times puzzle creator.
That's so cool.
And even got the official layout from the New York Times magazine staff. The hotel staff where we were staying that night swapped out the puzzle in our New York Times crossword that was to be delivered the following morning. 12 to 15 of the clues were tied to our relationship, including the title of the puzzle. From the finished puzzle, the phrase, I thought it said, "You will marry me." That would be creepy. Will you marry me? Was spelled out in the bubbles. So creative.
Yeah.
My wife Hannah and I bonded early on through your podcast, and it has remained a wonderful constant in our relationship. So thanks a bunch for being great, and in a way, being part of one of the best days of my life, the day I proposed to my wife.
That is neat.
3 exclamation points.
Nice.
I've attached some of the photos from that day. I looked at it, and the guy's telling the truth.
Yeah, his story checks out.
You guys are great. Adam in Chicago. P.S. We saw you perform live at the Athenaeum Theater here and really enjoyed it. Keep up the good work, guys. 4 exclamation points.
So he thinks we're doing a better work than he enjoyed his own engagement.
Yeah, and he also said you guys are great. 2 exclamation points. So I see where your priorities lay, Adam in Chicago.
Yeah. We got 6 exclamation points combined.
So Adam and Hannah, way to go. Hope you guys stay married forever and listen to us as part of your long-lasting
flavor
agreement.
Yeah.
Legal agreement.
Well put, Chuck. We just really deflated that dude's balloon. If you want to get in touch with us, you can tweet to us at SYSK Podcast. You can join us on Facebook.com/Stuff You Should Know. You can send us an email, stuffpodcast@howstuffworks.com. And as always, join us at our home on the web, the super cool, super awesome James Brown of websites, StuffYouShouldKnow.com.
For more on this and thousands of other topics, visit howstuffworks.com.
Brought to you by the Spam brand.
Some foods or TV shows just instantly take you back to your childhood. Spam Classic is one of those foods.
It's so 90s, but also so iconic that the sight of it sizzling just makes your mouth water.
Back then, we had Spam Classic, but today, there are 12 irresistible varieties to choose from.
It's like picking your favorite Boy Meets World episode. Impossible. There's Korean barbecue flavored, jalapeno, and 25% less sodium, just to name a few.
Spam brand. Sizzle pork and
Learn more and get sizzling at spam.com.
#1 hits, millions of records sold, awards, sold-out tours. You think the Jonas Brothers are satisfied? Nope. It's podcast time.
We get to ask other people questions because we're sick and tired of being asked questions.
Hey Jonas is available now, and their first guest is a big one, Paul Rudd.
You know, Steve Carell is a great singer.
Can he tell you not to audition for The Office or something?
I told him.
Whoa.
We were filming Anchorman. Clearly, I was the idiot. Thank God he didn't listen to me, right?
Listen to Hey Jonas on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed human.